Hi guys, I'm Randy. On Twitter I'm RT Euro.
And I'm Danhai. On Twitter I'm Danhai.
And this is earnings season.
Hey
And
guys.
we are back with a nice new episode in the middle of the real earnings season.
Indeed.
The last one for the year, right?
Yeah. So it's all time now.
Yeah.
Yes, we're last one for the year, you can say.
Yeah.
The last big one, because you have those guys that are not on things, like Lab.
Yeah, like Lab, like
Blue
Paw. Lumber. I like Lumber's timing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lumber's timing is my favorite timing. But yeah, if you don't know what earnings season is, look it up. It's considered homework, as in our earnings season podcast. The podcast is us. And as always, we talk about stock, the market, and whatever comes across our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I say this is the last earnings season of 2020, hell of a year, but I won't try eulogize the year as yet. I will take it easy for now. But it's a good one. So I wanted to just give a quick update. Myself and Danhai, so we're gonna try to do something nice and quick. I mean, since the last time people have heard us, we've had a whole heap of things happen. But what has anything you want to catch up with, Danhai? What the people have so many people have told me so many things.
I have to try to remember the last time.
Exactly. Wow. When the next earnings season coming out? No. I don't know what happens. It's like I'm sure there are things I wrote down. Yeah. Always something we're never sure exactly in the moment, right? But somebody listens to this for the first time, wondering, what the hell are these guys doing? They sound confused. We're not usually, we might actually usually be this confused. We're talking. But no, I think maybe the biggest thing is the Barita APO, or have we recorded since that?
We recorded since, because we even spoke about Tropical the last time.
That's true.
Which funny, I mentioned that thing recently. I don't know where I mentioned it. I don't think it was on Twitter. Tropical's numbers, we're going to get into that eventually. Mm-hmm. But something we said about their reporting.
The date.
Was indicative of something, the date of the reporting.
Yeah.
They're fully chose to be eligible for a thing there, for reporting in this last earnings season. Like,
correct.
They could have just chosen a couple of days later and say, okay, I guess we won't report it. But correct. They said, hey, we're going to report these numbers.
Correct. Tell the people, because I'm sure people are confused. Tell them what you're talking about.
All right. So when they're listed, if they're listed if they're listing within a certain period of time, then they'll be eligible. They'll have to report their number. They're required to. Yes, that's a better word. They're required to report the numbers within that quarter. So if you're listed before September 30,
that was
then
it.
You have to report numbers for that period of time.
Correct.
So it's a listing. They don't have to be on the market at that time. So they could have just delay the prospectus by a certain amount of time, and then they'll be.
But even one better, I
was it 1 day off?
I believe they listed on the last day of the month. So they could have, if they wanted to, waited until the next day. It was a business day too, so yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So it said to me that they want to
release his numbers. Yeah. And nobody wants to release anything bad. And they will not, at that point, you know what the numbers look like.
Exactly.
At September 30, you know what. At September 20, you have a good idea that, boy, if things continue this way for the next 10 days, or boy, by this time, everything good.
Yep. In fact, go one better. These guys aren't new. It's not a new business.
It's not a new business.
Yeah.
These guys are seasoned doing the thing.
Yeah. They probably had. Okay, I don't know. Let's just say right up. If anybody listening new, this is not an investment show. We're not investment advisors, blah, 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 right? Talking licensed investment advisor. However, they didn't, like, they know what's coming. Mm-hmm. Them plan them year, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And they planned their year from before, and Corona interrupt things, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sure they would have had some idea of maybe, we have a good contract that maybe kicks in then, or blah, blah, blah. So it's not surprising for them to do it. You're right. The thing that should have stood out to a lot of people was when how the rules work. If you are listed when your quarter ends, you have to report that quarter. Yep. Yeah. And they could have just waited 1 day, and they wouldn't have had to report until
next year. Because December quarter would have finished before. And then so February 15.
Yeah.
Around there.
February 14. Valentine's Day before them have to say anything. Mm-hmm. And I could be wrong, but I think it's a year end. Was it a year end?
It would be a year end, yeah.
Was it a year end?
What they just reported?
Yeah.
Was it? Someone just passed it.
Meaning, if it was their financial year, and then they may have had
and even more reason they can.
they would have had to delay even longer. Yeah.
Yep.
They could have delayed even longer if they wanted to. So they just report.
Q4.
It is, yeah. It's a
and
year
they could have
end.
even went for the 60-day audited and not the thing there, so they didn't have to report now.
They could have done whatever they wanted to because they weren't listed then, so the requirement wasn't there.
Yep.
So they could have,
Wow.
technically, in my mind, they could have waited until, they wouldn't have had to report necessarily anything until still February 14th. Because it would be their new financial year. But and they would only be their first quarter.
And they would have to do the audited.
And they wouldn't have to tell anybody what they actually did until the next year. Wow.
But them say, we'll give them.
They chose to do it on that day. Yeah. Which said then to the people paying attention at that time that those are likely good results. And then during that small time, the IPO price it spiked, it fell, go up to about 121 odd.
120 something. Even 130 something probably.
Yeah, I seen it going as high as, it seemed like 126, or am I just looking too closely? It could have been 126.
It was under 52 week high. I just noticed. I just realized that we're back in.
What? Oh God, don't say review.
Me having no laptop.
Oh Lord.
We're not at home this time.
That is true. That's right. Thanks for inviting me too. So we are recording this outside home. I should say that if you hear the sound sounding wonky, that is because I'm the one screwing it up.
Their 52 high was 135.
135?
Yeah, so they traded to 135. They went back down and they are not up now. They back up. They found back some volumes in the top. So they're at 1.2. Around there.
1.2, that's not bad.
$20.
Dollar is a 20% rise,
It's interesting. You could have bought an IPO, but you never get all you wanted. Then get a nice dip to buy into.
And then get a rise again. I even know we're recording this on the evening of the 15th in November.
Might as well get into it actually. Just jump right into tropical.
Yeah. So okay. So what we're doing is to make us save time is this way, right? Because we don't want to meander around. So we're doing 3 for 3. Right. Danhai and I alternate, and we pick our top 3 things that we like from this earning season so far. So you take tropical as your first.
Sure. Yeah. So they basically doubled their profit.
Nice.
For this quarter.
Nice. And it has them ending the year. Has them ending the year. Is it their best year ever?
Is it?
You'll have to compare it to like the prospectus to see.
Yeah. That's where the thing that came in. They comment from the the comment about the laptop not being. That was where it came from. But it's better than last year. 72 mil they made this year.
Overall, that's a good rise for them, and on the quarter is from 13 mil 26. Like I say, 100% increase.
Yeah. Continue performance like this, and that night, so the rest of the year.
Yeah. Lovely. Well, see you like them.
And they still have tax on the books at this time.
So yeah, there's a little bit of not a little bit, a lot. Because they would have only listed
for that short time.
The day.
Yeah,
not the day. Yeah, the day. So you have pretty much a whole 25% tax hit to get rid of next year.
I think they do.
Meaning a flat performance next year.
They use tax credits.
They didn't use it?
They did use them. So they're noting there. They're up to, they had tax credits coming in, so 1.9. So they didn't pay tax on the thing there. On the 24 mil.
Okay. Or they did, but they also use credits.
Yeah, so it's cancelled.
So maybe on the cash side, them good. They're less good, but.
Right there, you have to go and cash flow statement.
Haha.
Crazy.
I'm
wild to hear.
I'm pretending. All right. What's mine? I almost feel like doing something like, because I haven't been, it's the midst of the earnings season, I haven't been paying attention to everything
yet.
So I'm wondering which one I should pick. Let's pick one.
The revenue all-time high for them. I'll give you some other thing there. The highlights from the MD&A. Revenue was all-time high, 506 million. It's not much more than last year, 2.6 million. The tax credit did help them some degree to get this level of profitability because the 26 profit before tax would be 24 mil compared to the 18 mil last year. So 18 mil, they paid 5 million on that. If they paid the full tax rate on it, it would be good, but not this good because they do the tax thing, the credit. So they got some more. So 26 mil it got to.
Well, I mean, I like it.
Indeed.
As always, I liked it from IPO. I liked it from before IPO when everybody was, they're coming them and chucker.
From a long time.
Right? And they're here now. They're 120 as we speak. 20% higher, but not even a quarter really since. And now they're, what's their PE ratio at this level? $1.20 with these results. $20 flat, 20 times. And they have some, and they have some. No. Well, it depends on how the tax credits are. It's just if business improves for them, right?
Yeah, because there's no real. I don't see any line in the financials that stands out to me as, this is the reason why. This expense line just chopped, or the revenue is way high from this one thing. It just seems like it's 2% higher revenue than last time.
Yeah. Finance costs will fall though. I mean, they don't have the IPO cost to pay for anymore.
But the cost of goods sold dropped though.
But that should continue, no?
For the quarter. No, that's it.
Yeah, very likely continue. Cost of goods sold dropped for the quarter. They did they furloughed some of the people, and then they brought them back. At least they said that they're bringing them back because
the business pick up back.
And next year they'll have the real estate gains, I think.
Yes, the share of real estate gains coming from next year when the completion.
Do they own the real estate? I don't remember off the top of my head. Or do they lease?
No, they lease because the long list of leases, which was a big gripe for some people. Remember that on Twitter?
That
the usual. Oh my God, we don't own the building.
Okay. Welcome to real life.
Interesting.
That came up in a grow actually, and I remember saying to the guy, just a grow. It wasn't a grow. It was one of the subscriber sessions. We were just talking, and I was saying, in Pulse's case, I'll use Pulse as my first one. In Pulse's case, Kingsley Cooper, the chairman of Pulse, actually owns a lot of the real estate that Pulse Investments uses, right? And so there's some lease arrangements, and I believe there was some talk a little while back about Pulse possibly taking either a fuller stake or all of the real estate, so buying it from him. And somebody was saying, that kind of feel like a thief. And so I said to them, I hear that all the time, but think about it. If you have your land and you have your business, let's say you have a shop on the corner and you also have your house, and your shop on the corner decide to expand and it need a piece of land about the size of your house, are you just going to give the shop your house? Well, no. I said just because it's you. So, I mean, one, I don't own all of the land that is. I own whatever. I own piece of whatever piece Pulse own. And Kingsley, we assume Kingsley's company owns the rest. Why should he give it to me?
It was like
right?
The difference between public ownership at that point, because it's our company and his land.
Exactly, but people
because him own a piece, that's him saying, all right, let me just say he owns 40% of Pulse, right? Would you be okay giving up 60% of the land at no cost?
Yeah, absolutely not, right? Yeah. No, and people get it when you put it that way, and them start thinking, oh yeah, but it is. We think of things from the name, so we don't think we think Pulse Kingsley. We don't think Pulse Investments versus Kingsley Group. Two different people.
Yep.
Right? Differently. Body corporate versus the actual person. And they're two, they interact that way. And we own part of one thing that he also owns a part of, and him privately have something. When somebody else asks, I ask him, say, okay, you're also a shareholder of Pulse. Why don't you give Pulse your house instead for free? Because you're not, you don't have as many shares as him, so you're not as big a shareholder, but you are a shareholder. You're a partial shareholder. So why you don't just give them your house then? Why should he give his house for free? Oh, let's start.
People as I said, I've said that people need to realize that they do own these companies. It's not shares on this floating thing in the sky that they don't actually exist and can make a money off it by buck-ups. No, you actually own these companies.
Yeah, man, it's real life things.
You know, go to a Euro place this yesterday.
Yeah. I said to the second part here, I said to him, say, yo, you can't cuss the wicked bank owner them because you are one.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how it goes. You are
only
one of
want
them.
profits, but guess who goes in first when NCB if NCB send a report and making losses and whatever, and you invest and you check how much the price drops since the losses and you lose half of your money. You're vexed, you know?
Yeah.
So when you're on Twitter liking and laughing with certain tweets, but boy, these companies only want profit. Like,
that's you.
That's you, right?
So we.
Exactly.
It literally is like that. You know that is actually financial illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not realizing the thing it's like real illiteracy.
Mm-hmm.
The book is there, but you don't realize that the book tells you how to fix the computer over there.
Mm-hmm.
And so because you don't know, you got somebody else and you pay them too much money to fix your computer when the book was there to show you. That's real literacy. We're understanding Kingsley Cooper and Kingsley Cooper's property different from Pulse Investment and Pulse Investment property.
Yep.
Yeah. And just because you know the two of them in your mind together don't mean that they're together. And you can't expect him to give you his land any more than you could expect him to give you to give them your land for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It has to. There are advantages to it, but the rules are still there for everybody. Yeah, man. It's just a different thing. That is real financial literacy, and then learning how you can apply that in your life.
Teaches a lot,
right? But since I said picking Pulse as my first one, then right. Well, Pulse is my quiet pandemic stock, brother. Oh wow, people!
Oh, the performance is there. It's
there. Oh my lord, the market is down. Pulse is a huge reason why I did not know. Cause Pulse tricked them. If you look on all of the stocks on the market year to date, when you look at the drop that all of them drop in March, including Pulse.
Yep.
Just Pulse's drop was planned. It's the same drop, Well, it was planned. It's well planned. It's a beautiful drop that is not actually a drop because that is a 4-to-1
4-to-1 split.
Yeah. So they started the year. Let them start the year at somewhere in the $6 region, I think. Yeah, man. They started the year $6.50. Is that right?
Let me check. Just about it should be.
By the way, guys, as I was saying earlier, I wasn't clear enough with it. If you guys are hearing a lot of noise in the background, it's because we are recording this at the Blue Maho Cafe. So they were kind enough to allow us their space to record, and I was happy to be here because it is not my yard, which I am truly sick and tired of. And I suspect I'm not the only one. So I'm not going off the exact price. The start the year January 2nd it was $6.50. So I'm being lazy and not looking up what it was December 31st. And as I've now said that, I feel bad, so I can't do it. So December 31st, it ended the year at $6 flat. Nice, what a wonderful thing. So it ended the year at $6 flat, and it is currently at $4.70. That is beautiful because in between those 2 points, it's split in 4. So when I say it start the year at $6 flat, I really mean that it start the year at $1.50. And it is currently worth $4.70. So why I call it my pandemic stock? It's because it has
3x.
My God. 313%, right? If you take out the original money, it means on top of my original money, I have made 213% year to date, and the year though done yet.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a rough year.
And good news. And then more good news.
And it's just good news behind good news. Now,
yep.
Yeah, we don't forget. We can do an entire episode on Pulse alone, but Pulse is Pulse Investments. That's another thing that people mix up the name, right? Pulse, indeed. We all know Pulse. You come on an entertainment report with the model them. It's a company that have all the models, right? That's what them do, modeling.
Yep.
They tell you what they are. They're Pulse Investments.
Yes.
And they invest in a bunch of different assets and businesses. And they have continued to do that, and they've promised to do a lot of things soon. And then Corona got in the way of that. They got some of them done. They did the stock split. They consistently return profits, and all their investments seem to be going well.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Quite well.
Yeah, they also have real estate investments. So they use the real estate as rentals. They get a lot of rental income from the real estate, including the hotel and Pulse rooms. Corona hit, so we know tourism take a hit. Then pivot and go into making it into working space. I've actually used ones.
Oh yeah, how
it was cool. It's a room. It was a room. It had a nice bathroom, obviously, because it was a room.
Yeah,
but just a space, and it's income. It's income during the time. So the man them not short. So smart. They're not shorting on the revenue, right?
Keep themselves at
and they diversify the revenue so well. Some from real estate, actually using it. Others from the real estate gain. Then others from investments. Then others from the modeling and the TV and endorsements, blah blah blah. So continuity of income. I can't tell you whether or not COVID safe. I don't have to say it because we're in November now.
Yes.
So I mean, I let the share price speak for itself. And the fact is, the exciting things that I'm expecting from them still don't do yet. So I at this point, I like I'm still holding. I'm in a holding pattern still, but I'm in a holding pattern up to 100 odd %, and it has nice volatility too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It really did well with the split still, because remember Pulse before the first split. Oh wait, was the split cancelled or something like that? It never happened.
No, and Pulse had their split.
Had the split.
When? They had a split that was a split proposition from, I think, 2016 or 17 or 18, something like that was cancelled.
Cancelled, yeah, that's what I know. Yeah. And then they had a new one this year.
They came back and they went, but yeah.
Remember Pulse in 2017 when I just looked at the market, Pulse wasn't trading much.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
Could I get Pulse all below $1 them time, brother?
You were advocating for below $1. Here we are now.
Yeah, but I never kept it all that time. I couldn't afford to. If I kept it all that time, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd still be working. But yeah, Pulse, I love it, and I love the fact that it now remains so nice and stable. It's so exciting. And the thing that them going to do exciting, I'm expecting 2 exciting things from them. 2.5, 3. I said 3. 2.5 is business things that I expect them to do. That will work well for them, and they're in real estate, so they always have that long-term view, that longer-term view too. And that I don't know what to say other than my safety is like everywhere with a road kind of hot. So your safe place at home is the place you stay all the time, and your safe place at home is just triple in value. And you just kind of work with it, and then the exciting thing you're expecting to do to your home, you don't do it yet. You don't happen all now. So, I mean, I like it, and I'm looking for an exciting announcement from them soon, and maybe another one behind that. And of course, I like that the chairman seems to care about his share price.
Indeed. Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah, I think my 2 CEOs. His daughter is one, Safi, and I don't remember the name. Romy. I'm screwing up on the name. But he has 2 CEOs. So one, I think that they handle one handle property, the other one handle the other business side of things. And both halves doing well, and development look like it's set to go through quickly and coming to the market. They have said that they're coming to the market. They got the permission to come to the market for a couple of further investments, and they have strong results. So at this point, I waiting on my brick mass. I waiting on my brick mass.
Right in time.
Yeah, and the chairman moves his shares around, which tells me that he understands the value of the market and he cares about his share price, which to me is important.
Indeed.
Because, most...
You don't want to be along for the ride, and as far as them concerned, that's a company, the shares not real.
Yeah, most companies, as far as I'm aware.
Very often, yep.
Yeah, they even know not about the share price. They don't care.
They don't matter them to them. Salary, them dividends, good.
Exactly. All right, so you say you like Tropical, I got Pulse. What's the next one?
All-time favorite, everybody knows I love this one,
Cygnus, oh God.
Oh God. Cygnus
every finance department just go, yes! Talk about Cygnus, yes!
So, on the back of 2 quarters ago, Cygnus had a loss. I'm sure we've spoken about it, where if you really look at it,
it wasn't really a
Am
loss.
I right? Yeah.
I mean, it was a loss. It's a loss with very clear caveats.
Mm-hmm. And then the very next quarter is like, hey guys, look at us. I think the thing there, the profit, because the end of the year for that time, the year before, it wasn't so hot. But then they come with this strong end of the year, and it was knocked out of the park. I think there was 6 times or something like that. Mm-hmm. The profit for that time. And then now, they drop another report. And look at me scrolling for the report. There it is.
Yeah, they just dropped their
yeah.
Is it Q1?
Q1 results. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And nothing but niceness.
No man, these are Q3. Third quarter results ended September 30th.
No man, Q1. September 30th.
Oh, sorry, 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah,
man.
it is their Q1. Sorry, apologies.
They're 51%. The profit for this time is 51%. And what all about Signals is hard to dispute where things coming from. Like, it's clear cut, as we always say, it's a simple company.
Best MDNA.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about MDNAs. Like, I don't waste my time reading them. It's the last thing I read.
Yes.
But theirs is actually useful.
Theirs is actually useful. Yep.
Yeah, they write an MDNA like an MDA is supposed to be written. Yeah. Here, let me explain what is happening here.
Company. And the last is the last that report with the last. Remember the reactions to it.
Yeah.
And if you just look at the report, everything's laid out as, yo, guys, we're fine.
That's when I started to question certain things now, right? Because the loss came out, and I always joke. I said I don't read the MDNA because I don't. You know my thing. I check the numbers. I go through the numbers and I make my own assumptions.
First. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's also why I like Signals' MDNA because I make my assumptions, and then when I'm reading the MDNA last, I'm seeing them confirming the things that I was assuming, right? Then when I hear the reaction to the last loss, I'm like, okay, yo, I'm not sure if the people are talking to know what the hell they're doing. Because I thought they were at least just reading MDNA. If you read MDNA, you know what it is. Them all but say, yo, it not real?
Like, yo, everything good.
Yeah.
The money I just want something change.
Trust me.
And then everything.
Moreover, I not have enough money for the things I'm going to do. You see me? So, right now, and the share price was low. And they were saying, low. This thing got almost back. Did it got back 15. To 11? 15.
And I pick up some. I made sure. Yes. Crazy, man.
Right.
Crazy.
It's still not reaching. It don't even touch 20 yet. It's still below 20.
If you look at the thing there too, the numbers, recent numbers, for the last 3 quarters, probably the one before it, probably the last 4. If you look at the interest income that start coming in, investments pull in.
Signals has a complicated business model now.
Crazy. Very complicated.
But somehow I managed to explain it to people that grow up very clearly, and they get it, and they're all beginners. And if you know how they make money, that MDNA will make it very clear. If you know they make money, that MDNA make it very clear that, yo, brother, it's like I make 3%, 3.2% off of every dollar in my bank account that I put out there. And I have enough deals that I don't have enough money in my bank account. And I just took a lot of money from you guys the other day, and I don't have most of that either, except for this little piece that I take back because of that same loss. And I remember what I tell you about that loss. All we're doing is changing the terms. My business don't get, ECL is nothing to me really. My business is set up to work in trouble. And all that money that you just give me, I don't have none of it. And I make 3% off everything off the bottom. Just straight up not doing anything, right? And I don't have that money anymore. Work out 3% of that money and look how much money I just reported to you last, and look at the difference between those two is, and see whether or not you want to buy a different stock. It's so clear. It don't even worth, it's not even worth a conversation to me. It's so clear.
Trust me.
It's the only way it's not clear is if you're hungry and you're truly into short-term investing, which very few people ever tell me that they're actually into short-term investing. Everybody's always telling me they're into long-term investing. If you're into long-term investing, you should not be even talking about Signals. You should be hoping that you're not talking about it so that you just buy more so nobody else not selling the price up.
Buy more. Buy more.
If you're into shorter-term investing, then it becomes a harder conversation, a different conversation. That very few people,
different things.
Yeah. So it's not, but the things that people say, oh, like you want, like it's good. If you timeline anything over a year.
And with the APO on the rise, APO coming on the corner right now.
People talk about APO like it's IPO. I think it's just because it sounds similar. And people are happy about IPO, so they're happy about APO. And it's funny because IPO very likely depend on how things set up to make money. APO, no. APOs are not really for you to make money right now. APOs usually end up in you losing money early out.
I think Signals has a good plan for that with the rights issue, like
the
system they're going with.
Yeah.
Basically, shareholders get first pick.
Pretty much.
If you
we said that on this show.
We did.
If I have the time, let me give myself a little bit of work. You guys are not hearing me. You're hearing the clip of us saying the rights issue is APO.
Yeah.
And I mean, they want to get dry powder, so they're going to do it.
It makes sense though.
But you know,
which is why the APO does make sense. Like,
so APO over rights issue makes sense.
Let's not bother about that. Let's do it.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about doing that. I can still reserve shares for everybody. You're going to get watered down, but at least you get a reserve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if you own 20% of Signals, then when you apply, you can apply for 20% of the APO, and it's yours. If you apply for less than that, that's when other people can get. So basically, people who own shares have rights to the shares. Basically, like it's very much like our rights issues.
Yeah, but I'm sure there'll be more, and that they may not participate themselves also because they don't hold that big a stake.
They don't hold that big a stake. Yeah.
I would say they mean the group itself. Yeah, but that's we could have also an episode. We should probably that an episode on Signals. But it's a rights issue APO because they need more money than that, which is a funny thing which can lead to another. So finish our Signals.
But yeah, as I said, there's really I don't find much to say when it's so easy to say, you know. Like it's not anything really complicated.
Don't assume that it's the same for everybody else.
You are right.
Yeah, so I mean, if I can break it down for people, I'm not gonna break it down too much. I'm just saying that slow and steady finance growth. People who want to make money, they want to feel good about it, but they don't want any risk, or you don't really want a risk.
Yeah, Signals is a good one.
I mean, go talk to your licensed investment advisor about Signals. And neither of us are licensed investment advisors. Please remember that. And this is not investment advice. However, it is a blessing. Thank China that you are able to get Signals right now below $20. You will look back at that in the future and you will be very happy.
Remember last year, before this whole thing was bothering everybody, the pandemic, Signals was full steam ahead going.
Yeah, I think that it did 27 if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, and it was much smaller then than it is now.
Exactly.
And their business, I said the same sort of thing about NCB, but NCB can have ups and downs internally as the machine grows. Signals is like, I don't want to say, Signals is like the guy riding the elephant. So the elephant might have growing pains. The guy riding the elephant does not. Yeah, the guy riding the elephant can jump to a bigger elephant. And all the guy say, guys, last time you saw me, you remember that elephant, how big it was? Look how big this elephant is. And every time him cut and come back, it's a bigger elephant. And you're like, yeah, but I don't know, Corona might be... Do you see how big this elephant is? This elephant steps 3% every time. But I said that 3 times, so I need to be careful. Guys, that's an example. I don't actually know because I don't have the numbers in front of me. It's just a random example. All right? If they happen to have something 3.2% off top, that is straight luck on my part. Good God. I can see something being 3.2% and me regretting saying this,
Yeah. Everybody's saying, but Randy say, or...
But him know. The Signals people tell him. Nobody at Signals has told me anything. Trust me, nobody in my company talks to me. Anyway, them leaving it at hard numbers. I mean, EPS, 0.56 cents. They report in US dollars? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
So 0.56 of a US cent last year. First quarter, 0.23, almost half. In one quarter.
1 quarter.
Do you see how big this elephant is? Yo, 3 months ago, it was the hugest elephant you ever saw. And it is almost 50% bigger right now. Work that back, we're looking at 0.64 of a US cent. Do I have that right? In terms of EPS?
Forward.
12 months.
No TTM?
Yeah.
Oh. 64.
Yeah. 0.64. Wow.
And I remember they have a loss in one quarter that we fully expect them to. So when that comes out of the EPS and goes and in the profit.
That's not their year. That's not their year end. That is their year end.
No,
Q3.
Q3. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's middle of next year when Corona done. Bill Gates freeway. Oh my God. But seriously, that it really is then. And it'll be hopefully it will be the first near prepping for back to school post-Corona.
Ooh.
Tourism restart properly then. Maybe them up to 60% real occupancy then, if not higher. And we know them touch the tourism industry. We know half the money in Jamaica. Jamaica would be much higher than I think 2 or 3 deals will go through between them. That you are gonna be amazed by how big the elephant is then. Wow. It's a 0.64% currently at 145. That works out at PE 19 times. Better than what was the one that was before that? Tropical. Yeah. And I think they might be able. Personally, I think they can do better than Tropical growth in time.
Oh yeah, I fully think so too.
Yeah. Tropical is at the top of its industry. Cygnus is working in between the spaces of our industry.
Growing and growing, crazy.
It's so huge. All right, you got Cygnus. Key.
Right,
I mentioned that key. Yeah, I got that. So key. My other Corona stock, Jaja City. Key. Where's Key now? I didn't even look at it properly. Where's Key? And them drop results though. They're blood. Hold on. Let me speak. Am I talking to you while owning a profitable company? Oh my God, I feel like Tyrone. Big up Tyrone. Well, big up Tyrone's Q1. I think he's back in the heat of things, but Tyrone always have plans. Big up Tyrone. Keto. Currently, quote unquote profitable.
Not profitable, sir. Profitable.
No, it's not real profit. It's not real profit. Where did it come from? And did it in Q3, third quarter. That's so strange. At the AGM, I remember the chairman saying that he said to his team when they were buying Key that they're on a kind of 90-day turnaround plan. But then I know some discrepancies in between, like when we just started talking about Key first-ish in the press late last year maybe. And then when they're in the last document, they spoke about when they took control, when they bought it, the date that's in the financials as well, when they bought Key is also different. It's later than I expected. I think it's almost March. I could be wrong, but it could be March, I think it says. Right? Which is a little iffy for me. And then I also counted another date because that kind of 90-day thing was, there's a 90-day you can count. My point is I'm looking here and I'm saying 90 days. I mean 90 days in a quarter roughly, right? And this is third quarter in the September. So July, August, September. March, them kind of by April, May, June. March, but March would have been mid-quarter for them. My point is during that time when they bought and them really take control and you see the right kind of changes, the operational changes to at a certain level because they had a lot of management changes. Well, you remember that AGM?
Yeah.
And big them up. They had a nice,
yes,
a good AGM.
Interactive AGM,
yeah. Tech AGM. I respect that. And I respect the reality of the fact that their chairman, who was very front and center in the AGM, is also obviously GK's guy, which means GK. I like seeing that giant is not being lost in that sort of thing. Wow. You see why we like when companies make a loss? Because Key ever make a profit? I think Key make a profit once. Yeah. Twice. No. Yeah, right? Because at 90 days, the point I mentioned all this was about the 90 days and how they managed to really
pull it together.
Yeah, pull it together within that time. And what a time. I mean, I'm not going to give them all the kudos yet. It's good to see. It's not much profit. It's 5 million, but it's profit.
And it's still there. You look at the net premiums written compared to last year.
You look at the gross premiums written compared to the same period last year. Not even, yeah. Look at the gross. That's business.
Crazy.
Right? Is it? To be sure. It's just that they segment it. in terms of. I mean, yes, it is, but I was just looking at the breakdown, the Note 5. So people, you're hearing me. This is the first time I'm looking properly at key. All I did was glance at the P&L. Somebody tell me said they're profitable, and now I'm actually taking a look at this. So wow, I'm going to have to dig into this. Yes, this is good. Underwriting expenses on the motor line is 800 million versus 44.9 million on the non-motor, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was 400 and did I have that right? It was 480 million same period last year versus 800.3 million now. What I tell you, say? I'm hoping two things. Either one, they're going heavily on the motor now, or two, there's still some expenses in there. I'm hoping some early underwriting expenses, because you know they move over to a new reinsurer.
They can see the reinsurance ceded line.
Exactly, and they're benefiting from scale. So if they're benefiting from scale, and there's a bigger charge, and this is wishful thinking, but if there's a charge still in that 800 million, it could mean that later in the year or next year, same business or more business, but a lower expense cost, right? Because of one-offs. Yeah. This is what it sounds like when you analyze a company for real, guys. This is why you're not surprised when you're enjoying the fruits of, what percentage is this? Key started the year where I'm almost afraid to look. Because them also don't move yet. Key started the year at $3.20.
Around there.
And they are currently at $8.10. Wow.
Almost triple.
Yeah. Wow. Almost triple there. 150% on top of your money. Whew. Of course, if you go hard, I mean, this thing hit the height of $10 once. When the noise was happening, it hit $10. Fell all the way back down to below $6, almost $5, if memory serves me correctly. Yeah, $5.20. That's around mid-year. Yeah, end of May, June. There, so fall even after that. End of June, you know. Yes, end of June it went as low as $4.11. And
almost back to the 3.2.
Yeah, man. So you could have, if
it's serious, you say, yo.
Yeah. Anybody always talking about, boy, I didn't want to buy XYZ, but I miss it. It never miss. There's never a miss. There's always another business day coming and the market is open. There's always opportunity there. You could have missed it this year at the start of the year. Middle of the year, there's a chance to buy it at $4.11 again. After that, there's a whole heap of chances to buy it below $5. It is now at $8. And it could drop again. And it's probably going to fly again depending on what your timeline is, right? But, I mean, I still really, really, really like Key. And them still don't do. Them maybe two out of off my list, they've done maybe two, three of the things that I expect them to do, that I wait on them to do. So them they haven't really reached at all with them going, right? And them already profitable, and the year not done, and them talking about
and they raise the money they said they need to raise it.
Exactly. And Grace still have too many insurance companies, in my opinion. GKFG is a very interesting company. Ooh, so Key, love it. Yeah, man, another 150%. And it's at its low point. I didn't even know it was down to $8. $8 might look good in a little bit. Rights issue date don't drop yet, brother.
Not yet.
And them just dropped these results when? Friday?
Yep.
Oh, so who knows?
Look out.
Monday morning we could hear something nice.
Yep.
Right?
I got something very soon, sis.
I figure Monday morning, how the rule go? 7 days, then 14 days, or 14 days, depending on what the thing is. 2 hours, 2 weeks to get. No, it's a week. 7 clear days. So some could do something Monday morning, 7 clear days. You go to a Wednesday of the other week. What this month ends on a Friday or a Wednesday or midweek? November. Wow, November ends on a Monday. You could drop something on the 16th, open it on the 30th or on the 1st, close it the second week of December, close it like the 11th or the 12th. You could do all kinds of things, and you don't even need to go that precise. Because the truth is, it no matter. Unless you're that sharp, your money doesn't require this level of precision. Key, great.
Like good.
Yeah, I like what I like is also that it made me. I don't even have to argue whether or not it's good. It's just
Like you made money though.
yeah. But I mean, I'd argue before with that, and you make money off it wasn't good enough. Profit isn't the proof for everybody, but profit isn't the only proof that I use. Look at this: the business itself is turning around. Competent management too. What's the name of the lady that runs it? She was on the stream. I don't know. I want to remember her name because she was impressive to me.
Yeah, she was actually impressive. She was great.
Quite impressive to me. You know what I wondered? Were they in the same building? I thought they were in the same building when they were
separated.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know.
I think they were separate, like a different conference room.
Oh.
1 sec. Guys, if you just heard that chop, it's because we stopped.
You're on your company key.
Yes, and I was talking about Key, how I liked it, and I wanted to find the name of the lady who runs it. Yeah, man, I'm coming for the industry, you know, brother. They're coming for the industry. But again, they know the thing. It's not like it's a new set of people. They brought in strong management. Tamara Glaves-Husey is the GM there, and Andrew Dunkley is operations. Stuart Andrade is CFO, and Carlene Isaacs handles reinsurance and non-motor. Wow. All right. So, them know them thing. All right, give me your last one. Then
last one. Okay, make it easy. Jam tea.
Oh, all right. What about jam tea like?
Jam tea. All right. So, Cutie you know what Cutie looks like for jam tea. Like before before you even ready for the results, you know what Cutie looks like. And Cutie release the results before jam tea. So you understand where
sometimes.
No, this time I was like,
okay.
But this last results. Cutie release before jam tea. So you know you can see where the effect it would have on jam tea. You can for this quarter they did have a small gain on the portfolio.
Yeah.
8 million compared to 300 million last year.
Couldn't beat last year.
They're not gonna beat.
Couldn't beat last year.
I think my hope along with some other people was that the thing there, the property sale would actually pull somewhere. But if you look at the thing there, if you actually looked at the expense line for the property, you would know that how much actually going to the bottom line versus for how much they were actually being sold. You need to basically sell all of them to have a good number hitting the bottom line. And before they said they were in talks with how much out of the 18 units or so, 18. So they were in talks with 16 people, and they had agreements for sale to be signed. And they said this quarter coming, out of those people, only 6 of them signed. So only 6 of them could be written as revenue. So since then, they said that basically next year they have more revenue coming. But if you look at the company beyond that, like let's look at the tea sale.
That's just
the
one
rest
arm
of the
of
business.
the money. Yeah.
That the business was killing it.
Yeah. Everything else in jam tea is going
great.
Great.
Yeah. So if you look at how much thing there, the local business, it didn't grow that much, which isn't bad if you look at the fact that the export business. That's what I was checking.
Huge.
Before the numbers came out, I was checking that and I was like, wait.
Couple hints out here, man. Remember, say my boy that was calling for the lockdown to end long before the man all beat Trump. Him asked for the lockdown to end early. Him buy that newspaper, and I was like, I mean, he's not wrong, but read the room. Yeah. But he was in a different room. Yeah, because he was
like,
right.
You looking at this profit, is like, but then they have had a lot of talking in the media. So they weren't really shy about telling me what they were doing. You could see like a lot of, they renegotiated the deal they had with the thing there with the supplier abroad, Publix, which I think some people are mentioning Publix a lot in terms of jam tea. But they renegotiated some things with that. So they were taking more product. Yeah.
I think Iberia is the name. Yeah, man.
And so they're pulling more product to the US. You could see that almost obvious. I was checking.
And then there's a newspaper article for the people who think that them can do the finance stuff. There's a newspaper article where they were talking about the fact that they had so much work, and this is in the middle of Corona. They had so much work that they had to put in a new shift. And they're hiring, and they had to put in a new shift on the line, and it's the manufacturing line, that right?
Yeah.
So imagine in the middle of Corona, you have so much work that you have to be hiring new people and running new shifts, entire shifts at your factory. And your local sales aren't necessarily flying. They're mostly flat. So where all this work going? Not much overseas.
And you could see they also launched a new line of teas, exotic line or something like that.
Yeah.
And reports so far, the market eating that.
Yes.
And that's heavy export because their real business the real export business is the Caribbean dream, because Tetley's in thing there. In other markets, in America, heavy without jam teas need. So it's Caribbean dream. It's their line. So to me, the margin on that would likely be better. And they launched a new product, and they said it's killing it abroad. So to me, it was almost obvious that the rest of the business just looked great. So the QWI was what I was looking to say. QWI and the property sale to look at them and say, oh, where the real money they come from here.
Exactly. And the property sales, those who have sense know that property sales is public information in Jamaica, and they know where the property is. You just have to go look to see if it's sold.
They tell you everything you need to know.
And if them sell it, exactly how much it sells for is on the documents. There's a tidbit. There's a gem. There's a gem for you. So you can predict, in other words, you predicted the whole line of the company, like we know. So you know what them numbers look like. The only questionable part is the QWI hit. And we know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
With the NAV, and we also know it with the numbers. Because them drop it before.
Yep. And Jamty have more coming to approve what do you call it again?
Employee share plan?
Employee share. That's
okay. That was a hint. But they also approved the split. No, they haven't.
No, they're going to do the meeting now.
When?
This week, Tuesday.
Go everymickle.com/calendar.
Wait, that's in my calendar then.
Yes, if you check the Everymickle calendar, you know that it shows you that what they have happening, and it's this week. Yes, so Tuesday is when the meeting happens. The EGM happens for the split, and they have told us when the split happening also.
Oh, what did we think there?
It's to approve a split on November 30th. So in other words, we're recording this on Sunday. So day after tomorrow, the shareholders are going to be asked to approve a split. Among other things, they're going to be asked to approve a split for November 30th.
I don't expect shareholders
to say no. I, for one, will not be saying no. Indeed. And I suspect the leading shareholders are gonna. I feel like they're gonna say yes since they're
for some reason.
since they're the ones proposing it. And it's a 3-1 split.
It's another company where not only does the top man, but the board and everybody, they seem very much to care about their stock price. They care about equities. They look at the market heavily. They're very much in the market. So it turns out for their own stock price to be cared about. So
these guys care about their share price, and then they move them shares. It would seem at least that they move the shares around. But I know definitely. I mean, one of them is John Jackson, who is,
very much tied to the equity
market. OG in this industry, and tied to QWI, which is the arm. They're invest. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'd half steal it with you and say I'm with you at Jamty. Obviously, we're both like that company, but I won't take it as mine. But day after tomorrow, well, people probably hearing this Wednesday are knowing me Thursday. If you're hearing this Thursday, you're probably hearing this after it's been approved. And yeah, if you hear this anytime between November 18th and 20th. You might see
the thing jumping already.
If you're
never talk too soon.
Right? Yeah, because I suspect it's going to jump right up at least until the 30th. Yeah, so Jamty and the business itself, as you're saying, is fair. It's fairly valued.
Yep.
Yeah, the dragging on it is the QWI, which
if you look at,
I think they might be close to turning the corner.
And look at the thing there. Look at the fact that last year was bad for them. So they only we compared the results now. They compared the 8 million to the big 300 million. Imagine next year when we're comparing the losses and we're going to reach back to around this time next year, we're going to be saying, oh, we're comparing whatever the gain is right now, the gain or loss, whatever it is at the time, to look at 8 million last year.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the beauty of the market and that lag that we have.
Yep.
And there's they're even more leading indicators for them. They're such an easy company to track and
Very
predict.
easy.
Yeah.
Just watch.
yeah, them and JSC. Who I should pick as my company, but no, I will instead pick. Should I pick something controversial? I should pick Fontana, but I won't.
I was going to what I said.
Leave it.
Can always talk about it later. I think
Yeah.
I went properly into Fontana and I saw good things.
Yeah. You know what I'll pick? Jamaica Producers. Yeah, Jamaica Producers. A company I gather that just released really good results. I haven't gone through them properly yet either. But the results themselves also look good. And I am not surprised by where they are or where I expect them to go. It would seem that they're another company that has not made real profit. The profit they made seems to be one-off.
They don't have the money?
No, they would have had the money.
Oh, wow.
But it's not just about that. It seems that the money that we're calling profit here is not necessarily real profit because it's impacted heavily by them selling a stake in their subsidiary to an unnamed buyer.
So gain on sale.
Yeah. But yeah, so the gain on disposal of associates is what heavily impacted these numbers. They made 1.7
So they sold
billion.
a company like when anybody else sells a company and made a gain.
When I do it, it count. When them do it, it don't count.
Matter at all.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Right? So we're looking at, holy crap. I never looked under the 39, they call it 39 weeks. That's their one. That's their first quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It was
39 weeks. I hate that they do it this way.
39 weeks? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, it's 9. That's thing there. That's almost 52 weeks. That's Q3.
Yes, that's what it is. So them 9 month results. So the year almost done and they're up on the quarter $1 billion and Corona is over. No. It's not over, guys. Stay safe, wash your hands, yada yada. You've heard it all before. But it's not over. However, they are up pretty well and they've sold it. I know they have money in hand. Why would they sell it?
If they keep a stake too.
If
they're done with it.
Yeah, they kept us. They made sure to us that they kept a stake through Kingston Wars. Yeah,
and another interesting line. They told you exactly about.
They used
They mentioned the reporting.
They used the accounting term for how they're going to recognize it.
Yeah. So one could say, "Oh, we just telling them so they know what they're looking for, or something there,
I respect those guys. I respect that family so much. And I also respect them because I see how what they do works. You see when they use the accounting term in the MD&A or in the notice, the whole of the industry man them repeat the accounting term.
Of course.
They don't think about the what or the why. They just repeat the term.
I'm gonna read everything, every news article they say it. Yeah. Every recommendation report they say, oh yeah, switching from associate to whatever. Yeah.
Exactly that. And then it would seem that they did this because it would, what I like this? JP is my pick only because Mail Pack is my pick. That's my pick. I'll leave it there. Yeah. You have anything you want to tell the people?
There's some money there. Like really and truly. Took a good week, look at the results coming in, and there's a lot of money to be made right now.
Oh yeah, man.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So going into next year, and even for this end of year, a lot of things on the table. So,
yeah. So enjoy it.
Go forth and make the gains.
Yeah, the money is there. Just a really quick one for you because we know you haven't heard from us in a while, and you'll hear more. Don't worry, the earnings season isn't over completely, and we'll be touching it back, but I want you to hear from us early. So look out for it. Unless you these picks look in. What do you think? A quarter, 2 quarters?
Yeah, 2 quarters.
The longest one might be. No, signals can make one jump and everybody jump. Well, let's see how it go. Earnings season.
The whole heap of money I'll just save. We got $2,000 out of it.
Yeah, sorry, before I said $250.
Earnings season, bro.